If you're a woman over 40 or 50 and you feel like you work out, you eat clean, you get your steps in, you take your vitamins, but your body just looks softer and softer, especially in the midsection. The muscle tone you used to have feels like it's disappearing. This video is going to change your approach to fitness completely. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 4 things that will determine whether or not you actually build muscle in midlife. And most women are missing at least 2 of them. And once you fix these, your body will start building muscle again, even in menopause. The first mistake that I see women make is the way in which they train. They're doing light weights, high reps. Their perception of strength training is just lifting weights in a fitness class, or they're taking only fitness classes for their workouts like Orange Theory, F45, and things like that. Also, their tendency to just want to do general workouts or different workouts every time. I also see many women doing like video on demand workouts where they're just following along, which in theory you'd think is good, but it gives you no real way to track your progress. Your body needs progressive overload. And what that means is that your muscles are challenged with resistance slowly over time. And this needs to be tracked. So random movements, random workouts, and doing different things all the time is going to make that very difficult to do. It's not progressive overload if it's random. Muscle is actually built by giving your muscles a reason to adapt. They're going to adapt to the repetitive movements that you do week over week. That's why it's important to not do random workouts. Also, if you're doing maybe the same workouts and you are tracking it, but you're not getting stronger and lifting heavier weight each time, you're giving your body no reason to adapt to the movement. So the muscles will stay the same size. And this is why you're not seeing change. If you're new here, my name is Janine and I am 50 years old in menopause. I'm a nutrition and fitness coach for midlife women, and I help women thrive in their 40s, 50s, and beyond. On this channel, I provide all the information you could possibly need to thrive at this stage of life. So if you are not already subscribed, now's a great time to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos, and welcome, because here in this channel, I'm your midlife BFF and I'm gonna help you through this process. Okay, problem number 2 that I see is that protein is not optional. Most women in their 40s, 50s, and beyond perceive that they are eating enough protein because they have some form of protein in every meal. 2 eggs for breakfast, that's only 12 grams of protein. Maybe some chicken in their salad for lunch, and maybe a steak for dinner. Even though that sounds like it's got enough protein, if you're not tracking it, it's likely not enough. 12 grams with the eggs, maybe 20 grams in your salad. Now we're at 32 with maybe, if you're lucky, another 30 in your steak. That's 62 grams of protein. The average midlife woman thinks they're eating a lot of protein and is actually eating about 60 grams, which this is not enough to even sustain the muscle that you already have. Never mind actually build muscle and change your body. The truth is, if you're not at least at a very minimum eating 100 grams of protein a day, every single day, you are significantly under eating protein. And that means you are going to be losing muscle for every year that you do that. And we cannot afford to lose muscle. It's hard enough to build it. We definitely don't want to lose what we already have. A good rule of thumb that I like to tell my clients is target 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight. So if you desire to be 130 pounds, you better be eating 130 grams of protein a day. So remember, you don't only need protein to grow muscle, you also need protein to sustain it. But if you pair eating enough protein with what we just talked about, number 1, with the correct progressive overload training, that is where the magic starts to happen. But there's 2 more things that we need in order to ensure that we're building muscle in midlife. Number 3, women need enough calories. What I've noticed is my midlife ladies, I've been guilty of this before as well, but they tend to, when they're on a journey or trying to transform their body, right away they slash their calories. They start eating salads and cutting out carbs and breads and entire food groups, and ultimately they end up eating 12 to 1400 calories a day. This is simply not enough calories if you are trying to put on muscle. That being said, women in midlife typically are coming into this stage of life after decades of doing this. So not only are they under eating, but they've been under eating for decades, meaning that you have a metabolism that is adapted to those low calories. So that feeling you have when, as soon as you start eating a little bit more, you feel like you gain weight, that's because your metabolism is adapted. You haven't been properly nourishing your body, and we need to fix that. So this is a big one for midlife ladies. You have to eat enough for a period of time in which to put on lean muscle, which will ramp back up your metabolism so that you can start losing body fat again. And you can do it in such a way where you don't have runaway fat gain. This is my specialty. This is what I do with my clients. You don't have to go in to like a bulk and put on a bunch of weight. That's a myth. You can do this, repair your metabolism, train your body to learn how to take in more calories and utilize them for things other than storing as fat if you used a phased approach. This is why I created my Elite Phases system inside of my coaching program. I'm very proud of this system, and it is a way for me to move clients in and out of phases to keep their body responsive, to minimize fat gain, maximize muscle gain, and finally get them to achieve not only the body they want, but being able to eat more calories while doing so. It is like what I would have wished out of a genie bottle when I was in my 30s, okay? So that is what I specialize in. If you want some of my elite coaching specialty, if you want to experience that, if you want to join my team, I am accepting new clients. Go ahead and scan this QR code up on the screen. You'll actually be scheduling a strategy call and consultation with my daughter, who is also a NATASM certified personal trainer, and she'll explain how the whole process is, explain what different programs I have, and we can see if we're a fit to help you. So if you're interested in that, scan the QR code, book into your call, no obligation, but you're gonna wanna hear about my Elite Phases system because it's doing wonders inside of my program. And lastly, number 4 is consistency. This is a big one, you guys, because the reality is muscle does not grow in 2 weeks. Growing muscle requires you to do 1, 2, and 3 that we already talked about consistently for a significant period of time. Typically, when I put my clients through phases, I will have them build muscle for anywhere from 3 to 6 months, depending on what their goals are, depending on what their starting point is. But it does take time. So it is an investment in yourself. It's a time investment, it's a financial investment, but it is so worth it because muscle is the organ of longevity. It's the biggest predictor of how long we're going to live. So in order to build it, you have to commit to consistency. So women over 40 who want to really change their bodies, they want to build muscle, increase their metabolism, get lean and tone and fit and have that body they desire, it's going to require that you train the right way in progressive overload, that you eat the right amount of food based on what stage or phase you are in, including enough protein, and then it's going to require the consistency. So you're going to have to do those 3 things consistently over time in order to see the change. There's also one more factor that is affecting many women in midlife and their ability to build muscle, and we can't ignore the elephant in the room. It's hormones. And it has to do with how hormones impact muscle signaling and recovery. I'm also a certified menopause coaching specialist, so I'm well versed in this topic as well. So we're gonna cover that in the next video. So make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss that video. So if you're over 40 or 50 and you feel like your body has changed, you're not imagining it. But it also doesn't mean your best physique is behind you. I'm here 50 years old, and I honestly feel like I have the best physique that I've ever had right now at 50. And it's not by mistake. I've implemented this strategy, and that's what changed everything. Because in midlife can actually be the time that you create the strongest, best version of yourself, the version of yourself that you're the most confident about. And if you want to learn more on how to do that, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow along, because this series is going to cover everything you need. And then, of course, if you need expert one-on-one help and you want to join my team, make sure you scan that QR code, schedule the call, and let's see how I can help so that you can finally get results for all the hard work that you're already doing. Because all you have to do is know exactly what's going to work for you and where you're currently at, and I can figure that out for you. I'll see you in the next video.